Jocelyn's home run, 2-0, okay, it's fine. But did you think not getting those double plays and leaving the door open for them to make it 5-1, how big was that?
Well, there's turning points in the game. That was certainly one of them. I mean, you can't give them second chances, and you have to make every play you can. And we had several of those opportunities throughout the game. So, I'm extremely proud of this team and what we've accomplished and where we're at. But it's tough right now. It's very tough for them. Nobody wanted to go out and not get the job done. We talk about pressure in the first innings. There was a lot of pressure on them in the first innings, right? There was loaded bases. They walked a run in. We get a big hit here or there. Things can change, but we didn't capitalize. And that's what a team that's been there and done it before with their home crowd, 12,000 strong, maybe 12 and a half young. It's very tough. And I challenge any one of you out there to come up and get out there and do that. So they're just young women. They're, 22 max probably, being put in situations where there's a lot of people looking at them. There's a lot of pressure. Hopefully we learn from that. And that's what I kind of try to stress to the team was those that are coming back, what did you learn from the experience? It's because it can't be for nothing. Yeah, we want to forget it and we don't want to remember it, but you have to learn from it. Obviously OU's had the advantage of being out here multiple times. For us to get better, we've got to kind of do the little things better than we didn't do tonight. Given too many opportunities, made too many mistakes with the at-bats. But like Mary said, they're good, and there's a reason why they've been ranked number one from day one, and still are.
Here.
Nicole Auerbach, The Athletic. Every time Jocelyn hits a home run or does something, people wonder why no one pitches to her the way she's hitting in this tournament. But then you see home runs from the player directly behind her, home runs in the bottom of their lineup. What is that like as the head coach trying to figure out, if there are weaknesses in that lineup?
Well, every hitter has a weakness. There's no doubt about it. I mean, they fail half the time, right? She's batting .512 now. She's a win up, which is pretty tough to do, by the way. But, she does fail half the time. We're just not making the pitches to be able to get her out. And they're making the adjustments and knowing what we're throwing. So there's a couple of ways to look at it. And if you look at the first time run, if you look at the replay, you hit her halfway up the handle. That's a lot of power, by the way. To be able to hit a ball out like that. So can you say that's a bad pitch? Not necessarily. So sometimes you just got to tip your hat. It's their night. They were fired up, and we just got to find ways to get them out. You got to throw the timing off. We didn't really have an off speed to do that with, so they were able to kind of really be on time and be on plane. So it makes it very difficult.
Right.
Coach, back in the first inning, before Oklahoma had sent 10 batters to the plate, you'd made a couple of pitching changes. Can you kind of walk through the strategy behind that?
Well, obviously they had Haley's number, and I don't want to leave her out there to get to get roughed up even more. She was not back down by them. I mean, if you look at the positive side of it, she was attacking them. Is that better than walking the house, and then giving up a home run? Probably not. I mean, so we talked about it before. We got to challenge them. We challenged them. They won the challenge, and that's where it goes. But so I made a pitching change and went to I think it was Sophia Simpson. Soph just there was some personal issues there that we had to deal with. I don't want to get into that. I hope that doesn't come off the wrong way, but she couldn't continue. Put it that, and it wasn't anything she did or anything we said or anything else. She just couldn't continue because of health reasons, basically. And so I had to make a change. And it wasn't really a change I wanted to make, but we made the change. We brought on Logan Hewlin, who did fairly well, for that time. And then of course we went to Shea O'Leary. But it was like an avalanche. Once it starts going, it starts gathering steam, and it's hard to get it to stop.
Eric, down here in front.
Coach Eric Bailey with the Tulsa World. Saturday we went through this with Jennings leading off the double and Allo hitting a home run, kind of the same scenario. Did you consider walking Allo in this game? And then also second part, just Tiare Jennings. Can you just talk about we talk about Allo a lot, but what does she also bring to this lineup?
Well, yeah, I mean, I mean, what about Coleman? What about, I mean, you can start going down the list here, you know, I mean, what they're doing. But, you know, Jennings was on time the whole night. I think she had 4 hits, right, or something, 5 RBIs. That's a pretty decent night. But no, I mean, we've got to score runs to beat them. I mean, by walking them and just putting one more runner on, you know, they're gonna put up some numbers. They're gonna put up 4 or 5, and we got to try to find a way to score 7. That's the way it is, you know. And we've seen Trout won enough times, and we had her on the ropes, and then we started swinging at pitches out of the zone, you know. So our discipline was not what it needed to be, and it changed because they stuck up 5 on us, and that's what happens. And again, I'm talking about young players. If we get experienced players out there to understand that we're still where we're at, and I told them before, don't worry about what they score, worry about what we score. And we didn't do that. And I tried to calm them down and get them to relax and let the game come to them and force the pressure on them because they've seen Hope enough times, especially in the last 2 or 3 years. But we just, again, it's difficult sometimes with young players.
Ryan?
Coach, down in front again. You mentioned having to score. If it is Jordy Bahl tomorrow, what did you see from her in studying that UCLA game versus how she kind of attacked you guys during the regular season, those 2 games you saw?
Well, I'm not going to tell you my secrets, but, you know, I mean, that'd be crazy of me to do that. But, you know, she's a great pitcher. She throws hard. You know, she's got multiple pitches. And we just got to have to come out and, you know, do the best we can, without a doubt.
Any of you guys need over here? Please.
Yeah, Mike, you kind of mentioned it before, but, you know, this stage, Oklahoma's pretty much lived on it. Y'all, this is your first time here. Do you think even after how poorly today's game went, does just getting this out of the way sort of help them a little bit acclimate to being in this environment?
Yes, if we learn from it, if we understand what happened and make the adjustments, and that's what we've got to do. If we go out and we speed the game up like we did today, we're going to get the same result probably, you know. So, again, that's going to be a learning experience for us. You know, going forward as coaches, we're going to hit that with the team tomorrow and see what we can do.
And then were you trying to just preserve Estelle for tomorrow?
Looks that way, doesn't it?
Figured I'd try.
For more information, you can visit tulsaworld.com.